Welcome, Cinepals. I'm Jabby Coe, joined by Andrew Flash Gordon.
What's up?
Yet again, we are watching DERRY Girls Season 1, Episode 6. Thanks so much for coming back and joining us. If you guys are watching this on YouTube, you're going to see a cut-down version of our reaction because we can only show you a limited amount of picture-in-picture. But if you want to watch the whole thing with us, no cuts, no interruptions, head over to our Patreon page, patreon.com/JabbyCoe, or become a member of this channel where you get access to the full uncut reaction, but you will need your own Netflix subscription. So you can open up each episode in an adjacent window to our reaction. We'll give you a 3, 2, 1 countdown sync, and it'll be like you're watching it with two of your favorite pals from the internet. Now, if you're watching this on Patreon or memberships already, thanks so much for supporting us here. If you're watching this on YouTube, please hit the subscribe button, bell icon, all notifications, and pretty please vote this up. Let YouTube know you're enjoying what you're watching. Here we go.
Listen, I've plenty of colours. You're welcome to my colours.
I'm not interested in your colours, Sarah. It's darks they need. Oh, listen, Dad.
Do not be starting me about darks, Mary. I've given you whatever darks I have. Stick on a half load and me done with a woman.
A half load goes against everything I stand for.
Sorry you see discrimination. The only crime I committed was to be born a Catholic.
Jerry's never been suspended and he's a Catholic.
He's also a prick, but that's by the by.
Found some. Found some, Mary.
Great.
Right.
Gotta finish that load.
That Free State fucker to shift his hole.
I'm sure we will.
There's no shame in doing a half load, you know, Mary.
I can't, Sarah.
I can so relate to that. Yeah, there you go. She's in heaven right now.
And you call that clean, do you?
Different standards, you see, Mary. You're not in England now, son.
All it was already washed it.
Okay. Okay, I have had it.
Step aerobics. Orla's got really into step aerobics. Her instructor says she's a natural. Says she's got what it takes. You go all the way.
All the way in step aerobics.
But I just want her to have a normal childhood.
I won't give it up. I can't.
Listen to yourself, love.
No. Wait.
No half loads.
I got me eye on you, boy.
That'll be £3.75, please. And have you got your wee docket there?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
It's a wee red slip of paper, about yay big.
Yeah.
Oh my God, stop, guy.
Now, more like a royal blue.
I know what it looks like.
Times New Roman, I believe the font is called.
I just can't find it. Prick.
So mean to him.
Proof of ID.
But you have my surname written on it there.
How do I know that's your surname?
Because I just told you it was my surname.
You could be lying.
And why would I lie?
To get your hands on someone else's photos.
I'm not a stalker.
Look, why don't you just go home and have a wee look for your wee dog?
You see? That's me wife there.
How do I know you're not just telling me that?
Because that's me standing beside her. Father-in-law, Joe, he can vouch for me.
I've never seen this man before.
Oh my God, why are you doing this?
No docket, no photographs.
Why are you doing this? Why are you making things harder?
I've just received a phone call from Louise Kerr's mother and it's not looking great. It's unlikely she'll be returning to school before the end of the year. So I think the only thing we can do now is...
Pray for her.
No, what use would that do?
Wow.
We think this issue should be cancelled.
Right, well, fair enough if nobody's willing to take her place.
I'll do it.
Yeah, I was wondering that too.
We're making a statement. You're ruining our statement. Look, Kieran's, I know Louise meant a lot to you all. She's not dead, Eric. The show must go on. Isn't that right, Sister Michael?
You terrify me.
What?
You were far too thin, Sarah.
I know it was. It was brilliant. And now I haven't got so much as a photograph to look back on.
Look, it's gone. The docket's gone. Why don't we just move on?
Why don't you just move out?
Wow.
Right, my whites. I think I know what happened to the wee
Oh
docket.
my God. Whose pants were those? How'd it get in there? I guess that doesn't matter. She's got a pep in her step.
Oh, her shirt's pink now instead of white from the dark.
Oh, that's right. Well, it looks cool, though.
Yeah, no, I like it. I just thought because she's editor, she was wearing a different one.
Well, They all kind of
Oh,
look.
yeah.
Oh, that's right, because they all got washed together.
Oh, right.
I don't need any of you. I've got my own people. And we'll show you up for the amateurs that you are. My people are shit hot. Do you hear me? Shit hot!
Okay. How do I do a new line again?
Return.
She can't stop the aerobics.
Step aerobics, yeah.
Be quiet. I'm trying to get my creative juices flowing over here.
Okay, you're gonna have to never say that sentence again.
Enough. Come on.
I love that the copy machine is just ruining her life in the corner.
So this concept would focus on animals alongside pictures of famous people who look a bit like animals. Michelle Pfeiffer looks like a cat. Exactly.
Okay, right. Animals. What's the next one?
Well, that was 92, so I'm not sure what year this is. Mid-90s.
Oh my God, they're shit. How can we print this utter shit?
Okay, don't panic.
Don't panic. Don't panic, James. Shoes of the world. What does that even mean? It's going to be okay. There's bound to be something in here we can steal. We can just steal something and we'll just steal someone's idea and we'll just pass it off as our own.
Oh no, plagiarism. Come on, don't do that.
Suffocation, the secret life of a gay teenager.
It's anonymous.
Oh my God, I was wondering if they were going to say it was him.
This is groundbreaking journalism.
They are not to be distributed tomorrow. Do I make myself clear?
No.
She's still gonna do it.
You're being censored. Now go.
Boy. She thought the show was a protest.
The school is trying to erase this young girl's experience, all because she's gay. I mean, what if it were me? What if it were Orla?
Fine, stick up for the wee lesbian. What they eat.
What?
Read all about the wee dyke.
Oh, wow. You're gonna get in so much trouble.
I support gays, even though I myself am not actually gay.
Come on, Claire. I don't want to get involved. I'm sorry.
You don't think it's about her, do you?
I've been wondering that ever since she stepped out.
Quinn and her friends are handing out their magazine. They're ignoring the band, sister. You need to put a stop to it. Sister, didn't you hear me?
Do you know what, Jenny? Don't think I did.
Oh, she's happy about it? That's unexpected.
Isn't this mad?
It's all anyone's talking about.
Everyone's bossing to find out who she is.
Well, if she ever does reveal herself, she'll basically be a celebrity.
Oh no, she's gonna get an idea.
Then if you're looking for the wee laser, look no further, because here she is. Love women, can't get enough of the ladies. Big fan of the Fandango.
It all just made me a bit nervous. Everything makes you nervous, Claire. You're a walking cack attack.
I can't help that. It's the way God made me.
That she wrote the story.
Here we go.
That she's a wee lesbian. As if, like, there'd be more chance of it being you.
It is me.
Yeah.
Wow.
Your arrogance is staggering, Erin.
Well, you know what else is staggering? Your gayness.
I really thought you'd understand.
Damn. That was messy. Ugh. She did not handle that well at all.
Can you blame her?
Ignore her, man. These gays, they all stick together.
Gay.
What's wrong with being gay? He is such a fucking homophobe.
What?
That never takes the chance.
I can't tell if she did that because she was going to do that anyway, or if she was just indignant.
You know, every year I sit backstage listening to the singers, and it really makes me realize just how talented the professionals who originally recorded these tracks were.
Damn, that's a deep cut. Is this going to be like a Napoleon Dynamite moment where everyone gets into it?
What's wrong with her? Like, she's such a...
Stand up for her, Aaron.
She might be a... But she's mine.
Actually, she's our...
Are they gonna dance with her? Oh, it's like Little Miss Sunshine. Oh wow, what a cut to.
Emergency services are urging anyone with medical training to come to the scene immediately.
And we're back to the cranberries. Whoa!
That was definitely a crazy transition.
Whoa! Okay, that was upsetting. Oh. Okay. How did you feel about that ending?
I mean, yeah, just like the real world reared itself, and I mean, it was crazy. I mean, I obviously don't know too much about the history of what had happened. Was this mid-90s or right? Is this the time period that we're in? Yeah. I don't know too much.
Well, that's actually what you're saying is actually the problem. And when I was talking to my friend who's from Ireland. She was like trying to explain this to me and explaining how so many people are not aware of this and not aware of what Irish people have gone through and why so many Irish are upset with the English and whatnot.
I don't know too much about the history. I just know that obviously in all places we deal with real life events and real life occurrences. So, it just sucks when, real world issues like, take over our joy and our happiness. So, I mean, I think we can all relate to situations like that. I definitely do want to learn more about that, like the history and what did happen there. In regards to the actual episode, I thought it was another great episode. I thought it was interesting, the whole storyline from, the anonymous person, and it turned out to be Claire with the lesbian, and then how Aaron reacted to it, because I'm sure all of us, again, have had that relatability and not knowing how to react, not only just about an issue of, whether it's gayness or whatever, just when a friend comes to us and tells us something, like, do we react the proper way, or do we react in a way that's not gracious as a good friend? And so I thought, like, it was understandable that, not understandable how Aaron reacted. I thought how she reacted was ridiculous, but I like the recovery that she made when, she was sticking up for Orla, and then, the bond and friendship. I thought that was really done and executed nicely. And then I also like the storyline too with Aaron becoming the editor and not worrying about, hey, I don't care about this other girl that could be on her deathbed. Like, I want the job, I'll take it. And not really having any idea of what she was doing, then having a little pep in her step. So no, it was a good episode. I enjoyed it.
I think, well, we just watched episode 5 and then episode 6 back to back. And so for me, this was a much stronger episode. I liked it a lot. I think that it had a lot more going on, and it was tighter with the comedy and the writing, the drama, everything all around. There were some predictable things, but I think that when it showed up, it was still nice the way it went about things. The predictable thing being, one of them had to be the lesbian, especially when Aaron walked out. I'm like, okay, clearly someone here.
You mean Claire walked out?
Sorry, I get the names mixed up. When Claire walked out, thank you. It just seemed that it would have been one of them, given that it's a story that was buried, and Aaron's trying to bring it out to the surface. It's Aaron, right? Aaron was the main.
Aaron was the editor.
Yeah, and so I think that this episode highlights our ignorances, because there's a lot of, especially like, I don't know, I'm if people ever ask me about my politics, I always say center left, right? And I think that what concerns me is how many people are out there that are like championing certain things, left or right, championing certain things like, oh, this would be, the right way to do things. And then when they're faced with it in their own home, so to speak, they act totally different than how they should be acting. They act hypocritical when it's like, haven't you been saying all this thing over here? Why is it suddenly different when it's your best friend or your son or your daughter? Like, why are you suddenly okay with this particular thing? Or a politician or priest saying, how awful it is what to be gay or shaming certain things, whatever it might be, and then it turns out they're doing that very same thing. It's funny, but it's also highlighting hypocrisy, and I think that's a really interesting way to go about things. In a show that is mostly a comedy, the ending hit hard because I remember it being described to me, I didn't know it was this episode. I thought that this was like the series finale episode, that moment. I didn't know it was going to come up this quickly. When it happened, I was sort of like, not dismissive of it, but it wasn't really doing anything for me initially, but then when you're cutting back and forth to seeing the reaction that these grown-ups are having and what these kids are experiencing, and you're realizing how innocence is just lost. It's this fleeting thing, and then suddenly we become grown-ups and we're all trying to just murder each other, either, politically or actually, and we're just trying to take each other down with hit pieces and gotcha moments. And it's like, why are we after each other like this? And why is it we can't maintain innocence of our youth? I don't know if I'm making any sense right now.
No, you totally are. Just on a totally different topic, I thought it was incredibly hysterical, the mom at the beginning, like, no half loads, I need full loads, because I've had times where I've literally done that myself. I'm like, I do not, like, if I'm going to waste water and do the laundry right now, I do not want to do this with this much clothes. I have to have a full load here. So, that's what it's again, I'm going to repeat myself many times when I'm talking about this. That's one thing I really love about this show is it really deals with a lot of things that we can all relate to. And I think it does a good job of executing on those moments and like little things like that are really not pertinent to the storyline. But that's one of my favorite things about this show is just, so many different relatability things that are in this show. I'm like, that's exactly what I would do in that moment, or it could even be Claire, like not being able to focus when she's hearing outside noise. I mean, there's so many different things that are in this show that I'm able to relate to. And obviously, again, the chemistry between the main actors is always, the strong thing, because the chemistry between them is so good. Their interactions are always hysterical.
Yep.
And also too, I love that freaking Michelle, she was going to use that opportunity. I mean, I'm glad they didn't go too far with it, but using the opportunity of stardom, like, I don't care if I have to say I'm gay or whatever, or lesbian. I love that Michelle always takes an opportunity to, take that position of, I'm going to, better myself if it means that I'm going to take someone else's credit for something. So I'm like, that's just so in characteristic with Michelle.
Set against the political troubles in Ireland between 1994 and 1998, Derry Girl portrays the lives and drama of growing up amongst the unrest and tension in Ireland. I mean, one of the things they said is between Protestants and Catholics. The Troubles were a period of intense conflict in Northern Ireland which lasted 30 years from the late 60s until 1998. Conflict was primarily centered around the ethno-nationalist identity and politics. Although Derry Girls frequently refers to Catholics and Protestants as the two sides, it was not a religious conflict. One of the main issues was the status of Northern Ireland, as some wanted it to remain part of the United Kingdom, whilst the other side wished to leave the United Kingdom and instead form a united Ireland with the South. That conflict is something that a lot of people are just not educated about. Like, even what was explained to me, it's like I'm only holding on to like so much information.
Yeah.
Like, the main thing that I held on to is basically what I've said, which is there was a conflict there, and a lot of people don't understand it. And so that's part of my interest in diving into this show, is accessing it through, for lack of a better word, accessing it through a fun and comedic show. A fun and comedic story. It's kind of a Trojan horse in a way, because you're not expecting that to come out, but they do set you up at the very beginning, because you're seeing this all along the way with the news and then with the bus being stopped. It's like it's always there.
Yeah.
They kind of like drop it into the background enough that you forget about it, and then it shows up again. And I guess that must be what it's like growing up with that. It's like it's so part of your life that you just often forget about it, and then it shows then it rears its head in a real bad way again, and you're like, what the hell?
Yeah, no, I mean, that's like with us, like a real world event will happen with us, and then a couple weeks later, a couple months later, we'll go on, do our thing, and then when something else happens, then again, the focus goes back on that, and then, so a lot of times, that's all in the background until it actually hits again.
I really enjoyed this episode a lot. I thought it was great, and I'm looking forward to the next one. Thanks, you guys. I'm Jabby Coy. This is
Andrew Flash Gordon.
Peace out.